All right, happy Sunday, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. We got 15 games on the slate. As always, we are going to talk about every single one. I'm going to give you guys my 5 best bets for today. If you guys aren't subscribed yet, it's free. Make sure you hit that button, give the video a like, and comment down below with your favorite play today. Let's delve into this interesting slate. Kicking us off at 105 is going to be the Royals and the Twins. Ryan Berger going up against Jose Urena. He's not good. This guy is not good at all. Anytime I can fade Urena, I am down. Royals are the best team on the road this season, 8-1 on the road on Sundays. So really good team if we want to back them here. It's going to be a really nice day for scoring runs. It's going to be 81 degrees with the wind blowing out. Very small % chance of rain, but I think we'll be fine here. Berger obviously was acquired in the trade for Furman, I believe, the catcher. I like him. He's been pretty good. Last 30 days, 100 average to lefties, 200 to righties. Hard hit percentage has been pretty low. Very good runners in scoring positions. Got a 2.20 ERA and 8 road starts, so we do have a decent sample size here. Urena is just ass. There's not much you can say about him. He is just god-awful. I don't like where this Twins bullpen's at right now, so I do like the Royals in this spot. When we kind of look ahead, we've got the Royals traveling back home to play the Nationals, so not a bad series for them. And we've got the Yankees coming to town to face the Twins, so should be interesting here. Both teams starting to pick it up offensively, especially over the last week. KC's hitting 288, and you've got the Twins hitting 274. Both pretty decent with runners in scoring position. Pitch mix here just really kind of favors Kansas City. So we're going to get a plus money play here. I don't mind taking the Royals on the run line, or on the money line, sorry. But we're going to take both teams to score 2 and Kansas City to win. We do that, we get the odds from minus 121 or minus 125 to plus 130. So I like the plus money angle here. Given the weather, it's hard to assume the Twins don't at least score 2 runs. So that's going to be our best bet in that game. Next game we're going to talk about is going to be the Reds and the Pirates. Pirates bullpen is absolutely cooked. I mean, when we look here at the Pittsburgh bullpen, obviously, Mazinski went yesterday through 47, so he threw a pretty decent amount. You've got Nicholas that's thrown 2 of the past 3 days. Baruki's thrown 2 of the past 3. Sanders 2 of the past 3. Don't really like Moretta, so I'm not too worried about him. Matson went yesterday. You've got Santana, but he's also thrown, 2 of the past 4 if he throws today. So I like where the Reds bullpen's at. I think they have a huge advantage. Obviously, they've used Santillan back-to-back days, but he can definitely go today. Sutter's available. Pagan, first time he had pitched in several days, so he's definitely available today. Sam Maul, Ashcraft, Luis May, all those guys are available. I like Zach Littell. He had a very nice last outing for the Reds. I think he does something similar today. I mean, his splits against righties are a little scary, giving up a 277 average. And Burrow's been pretty good at home, but he's been weak against righties. So I do like this spot for the Reds. If we kind of look ahead here, the Reds are traveling back home to face Philly. So this is one they definitely want to win today. And if we look at Pittsburgh, they are hitting the road to go to Milwaukee after this game today. It's just, will the streaky Reds offense show up? I think they will. Sunday records aren't the best, right? We've got the Reds team that's 4-5 on the road. Pittsburgh 6-4 at home. So it does kind of favor them, but I do really like the Reds in this spot. So give me the red legs on the money line here. Next game is going to be the Astros and the Yankees. So in this one, we get Max Fried going up against Jason Alexander. Yankees are going to hit the road and go to Minnesota. Astros are going to go home and play the Red Sox. Fried's looked good. I'll say good. He's looked okay. He's definitely been hittable. We've seen his ERA definitely go up, but he's got a 2.29 ERA at home in 10 starts. Alexander, just not somebody I trust. This guy's going to give up the hits, man. 297 to lefties, 276 to righties. Fried, righties have been able to get to him. I wouldn't pay this price for the Yankees at home. It's just not doable. I think it's a tight game. I would take the Astros plus 1.5 as my best bet in this game. In terms of the weather, it's going to be decent. 88 degrees, kind of a side wind blowing out ever so slightly to left field. So I don't think that gives one team necessarily an advantage over the other. Only issue is with Alexander. Man, he's got a 1.61 whip and a 1.42 home runs per nine. So one thing Fried does is he keeps it in the ballpark. He's only averaging 0.65 home runs per nine, and he's got a 1.07 whip. So like I said, it'd be Astros on the run line or nothing for me in this one. Next game is going to be the Marlins and the Braves. This is going to be Cal Quantrill going up against Joey Wentz. Joey Wentz is awful. He's like 0-13 as like a home favorite, something like that. Both teams are off tomorrow, coming off this 5-game series. Braves bullpen is just absolutely cooked. When we look at their bullpen here, you had Aaron Bummer throw 30 yesterday. Iglesias has gone 3 of the past 4 days. Pierce Johnson's gone 2 of the past 3. Dylan Lee, 2 of the past 3. So really you're going to be relying on Kenley, Cox, and Hernandez. Just 3 arms that I really don't trust whatsoever. In terms of the Marlins, Balazzo went 40 yesterday, so you won't see him. You won't see Soriano. Josh Simpson's a little taxed. Probably have Foucher. You'll have Henriquez. You'll have Zuber. You'll have Bacher. And then Bender's on paternity. So we won't see him, unfortunately. But I do lean towards the Marlins in this spot. Kind of an interesting trend here. When the Braves are at home as minus or 130 or more home favorites, which today they're kind of right around that number, they're 0-4 on the season. Haven't won a game when they've been a home favorite at minus 130 or more. So this is one where I do like the Marlins, but I don't really want to trust Cal Quantrill. So I'm going to take Marlins team total over 3.5. They should be able to get to Wentz, and you got this depleted Braves bullpen. In terms of the weather, it is going to be 78 degrees. In terms of the wind, it's going to be blowing in slightly from left field. So I do like this spot. I mean, I've got the Marlins projected to score 5 runs. So I do have this projected as 5-4. So I would lean towards the over 8.5 as well in this contest, but just going to take the Marlins as I do think they win the game. Next game is going to be the A's and the O's. This is going to be Cade Povich going up against Luis Morales. Morales doesn't have a lot of innings under his belt here, like 2 innings, but numbers look pretty good. But man, his pitch mix is awful. He throws a fastball and a slider. That's pretty much it. Every once in a while, he throws in a cutter and a changeup, but the Orioles are killing fastballs and they're killing sliders. So I don't necessarily love it, but this guy has really good plus movement. So I could see him pulling off a decent performance here. But in terms of the weather, it's going to be a nice day, 84 degrees. Wind's going to be basically blowing in right to left, but runs are going to be up. We see the run total at 9.5. Yesterday, the Athletics just absolutely crushed them. Povich hasn't exactly been a stud at home. He's 2-5 at home this season. Orioles as a team are 4-5 at home on Sunday, but the A's are 3-7 on the road on Sundays. If we kind of look at what's coming next, the A's travel back home to play the Rays, and the Orioles are off. But the A's bullpen's in really good shape, so they're in pretty good shape here. And the Orioles have 2 pitchers that definitely will not be pitching today because of how many they threw yesterday. So a little bit of a softer bullpen, and this is an Orioles bullpen that's not good to begin with. They are 28th in terms of ERA, giving up a 6.32 ERA. Splits for Povich, been great against righties, not so good lefty on lefty. But I would favor the Orioles in this spot. There's just no way in hell I'm not paying this price for them. So that's really what it comes down to for me. Might look at Orioles team total over, but man, it's pretty damn high because of the over-under. So really just kind of a spot I'd fade, but it would be O's or nothing for me in this spot. Angels and the Tigers, it is going to be Jack Kohanowicz, however you say this dude's name. And he is going to be going up against Casey Mize. I got to find this game. There we go. Line is ridiculous. Tigers at minus 200 is absurd. If we look at the Angels, they're traveling back home to play the Dodgers. Detroit traveling to Chicago, so a pretty short trip there. But Casey Mize last couple starts has not looked good. He has looked very gettable. And Kohanowicz is just not somebody I'll ever trust. He's 3-9 on the season, 289 opponent average. Last 30 days, giving up a 270 average to lefties, 421 to righties. Hard hit percentage is through the roof. Sucks with runners in scoring position. It would be over 9 for me in this one. And then Angels on the run line. Just can't pay this price for Detroit. But I don't have the balls to back Kohanowicz, so it would be the over for me. Next game is going to be the Guardians and the White Sox. This is going to be Slade Sassoni going up against Davis Martin. Now, the Guardians are off tomorrow, and we just said it, the White Sox will stay home and play the Tigers. This is one Davis Martin, 3-9 on the season, 260 opponent average, but he's been really good against righties, but man, he has been bad against lefties, 353 average. And if you're handicapping the Guardians, you look at the left-handed side. So this is one, Sassoni's been decent against lefties, not great against righties. It's kind of two mid pitchers here, honestly. I got to go Guardians in this spot. Really no angle to back the White Sox, and I'm not getting the value to take the White Sox here at just kind of close to plus money. So it's Guardians for me in this spot. I do have it as a kind of a tight game. I've got it right at 8. We've got an over-under of 8.5, so maybe lean under, but Guardians would be my best bet there. Game of the day, Mets and the Brewers. Just simply because the Brew Crew just keeps winning, man. They won yesterday for us, 8 in a row, 9-1 their last 10, and they've got Quinn Priester on the bump. Brewers are 9-0 in his last 9 starts, so they haven't lost a game. Sean Manaea on the other side. This is one, Mets are 1-3 when Manaea starts. So we've got 2 plays that say take the Brewers. But man, it's really hard to win 9 straight, and it's really hard to lose 7 straight. So Mets are 1-9 their last 10, lost 6. This is tough. You got the Mets team that's going to be off tomorrow, so they can kind of unload their bullpen. Milwaukee's going to be home against Pittsburgh in a divisional game, so we have to weigh that in. I think the Brewers probably win, but the bet I like here is just Sean Manaea to go over 15.5 outs. It's a Mets bullpen that even though they're off tomorrow, they're still slightly taxed, right? They had to use an opener yesterday for Frankie the Fade. So I think that was Reed Garrett who went. So I do think Manaea is going to have a little bit longer of a leash. We've seen his pitch count go up as he's kind of come back here from injury. So I do like his over 15.5 outs. It is a Brewers team that's hitting lefties well. They're hitting 262 over the past week, 329 over the past 2 weeks. But I think Manaea, with his slider and ability to kind of, he doesn't really throw anything over the plate. That is one of his big strengths. He's not going to overpower you, but he's very good with his location, making unhittable pitches look hittable. So he has a very good swing rate. So 35 of his pitches outside the zone are swing. So we do like that. I think he's very good with his first pitch strikes. He's like 65% first pitch strikes, so should be able to induce pretty weak contact. He's got a 29% hard hit percentage so far this season, which is very good. And he's been pretty good against righties, so I can see the angle here. But yeah, like I said, I'd probably roll Brewers, but I like Manaea just to go over his outs here. Next game is going to be the Phillies and the Rangers. Going to be Zach Wheeler going up against Patrick Corbin. Phillies hitting the road to play the Reds after this. Rangers stay home to play the Diamondbacks. We're getting a high line to take the Phillies with Zach Wheeler, and his last couple of starts, he's been okay, but I think the Phillies are like 1-3 in his last 4 starts. So it's not one where I really want to necessarily jump on board with the Phillies, but do I love fading Patrick Corbin? Goddamn right I do. So this is one, it would be Phillies -1 for me. A little fade against Patrick Corbin. He's been good lefty on lefty, so guys like Harper, Schwarber might be able to kind of shut him down a little bit, but he's not been fantastic against righties. Kind of the opposite with Wheeler. Lefties have been able to get to him, so there are some lefty bats on this Texas Rangers team where maybe we could see something here. So there's probably some value taking the Rangers here, but can't get on board if you're talking about avoiding series sweeps and things like that. But we're seeing the Phillies heat up a little bit, man. 7-3 in their last 10. Rangers have lost 3 straight, 4-6 in their last 10. Just can't really get behind them here. Nationals and the Giants. Giants, good God, man. Yeah, Giants stay home and play the Padres. Nationals hit the road, head to Kansas City after this. Mackenzie Gore going up against Justin Verlander. Justin's had two, maybe 3 now. Really good starts. He's strung together. Mackenzie Gore has just been horrendous after such a strong start to the season. 4-12 on the year. Verlander's 1-8. I don't trust this Giants team against lefties. They're terrible. They are dead last over the last 2 weeks and over the last week against lefties. I just can't get behind them. That said, Gore's splits have been just awful. In terms of the weather, 66 degrees, winds blowing out. It's always blowing out there. It would be over 8 would be the only way I would play this, but I'm not picking a winner. This is 2 teams that I don't even know if either team wants to win. But the Nationals are 2-8 in their last 10 and they won yesterday. This is a Giants team that at home is just barely above 500 at 29-27. Opportunity was yesterday to get the win, and they didn't do it. So it would be the over or nothing for me in this spot. Next game, Red Sox and the Padres. Brian Bayo going up against Dylan Cease. My first inkling here is Red Sox money line. Cease doesn't have a great track record against the Red Sox. He's pitched against them 4 or 5 times. He's got almost a 7 ERA. But that said, Dylan Cease on Sundays just transforms into this immaculate pitcher. He has not lost on Sundays yet this season, and he's 8-3 at home. We look at Bayo. He is 3-1 on Sundays, so also very good on Sundays, but he's 2-4 on the road. As a Padres team, barely got the job done yesterday, but they are hitting righties well. It's a Red Sox team that's a little erratic against righties, but man, I just can't trust Dylan Cease. But the numbers say trust him. 238 righty average, 170 against lefties. Hard hit percentage, not bad considering, he's really kind of turned it around last 30 days. Still not great with runners in scoring position, and he's got almost a 4 ERA in this park at home this year. It's going to be 71 degrees, and we do have the wind blowing out here at Petco Park, so it's going to be blowing out to right field. Yeah, I mean, over 7.5 looks pretty appealing to me, but I really want to go Boston on the money line here and just fade Cease, but he's got a pretty decent track record. Bayo's not someone I necessarily trust. Splits have been decent. 203 average to lefties, 273 to righties over the last 30 days. Done a great job minimizing hard contact, which he does have a really nice slider. So when we rank out his slider, it is definitely, one of those plus pitches that he has in his repertoire. But I just can't pay this price for the Padres. So it would be Red Sox or nothing for me. I looked at Red Sox +1. It's like -130. I would just want a little bit more value than that. Next game, Rockies and the D-backs. Tanner Gordon going up against Brandon Pfaadt. So what Pfaadt will we get? I don't know. The value here is just take D-backs on the run line. Tanner Gordon's been pretty bad on the road. That said, small sample size, but he's got almost a 10 ERA. Splits have been awful. 464 average to righties, 357 to lefties. Pfaadt 226 to lefties, 250 to righties, but he's got a pretty elevated hard hit percentage, and he's right around league average with runners in scoring position. Roof's going to be closed here, so we do have a dome type of environment. It's just can the D-back score runs with runners in scoring position? That I don't know. We'll find out, but the only way I'd play this would be D-backs run line. I do have this 6-4 in terms of the D-backs here. If we look at Colorado, they're hitting the road and going to St. Louis, and Arizona is hitting road and going to Texas next. Next one's going to be the Rays and the Mariners. Going to be Adrian Hauser against Brian Wu. If we look at the Rays, they are on the road hitting the A's, so heading to the West Coast, or staying in the West Coast, I should say. And the Mariners are off tomorrow, so they definitely have the advantage here. I like the under 7.5, I think, or maybe first 5 under. I think Hauser and Wu are able to deal. Just paying way too much for a Mariners team that, yeah, they're starting to hit a little bit better over the past week, but still a team that's right there in the middle hitting-wise. They're hitting 246 against righties over the past week, but we expand that out to 2 weeks, still hitting only 201 with an 85 WRC+. And the pitch mix for Wu doesn't look fantastic. He throws pretty much fastball slider. Every once in a while, he throws in a changeup about 9% of the time, but is a White Sox team that is second hitting the slider over the last 30 days, first hitting the changeup, 10th hitting the fastball. So at this price, I would have to take the Rays. So that's the only way I would play it. I also like the narrative that they kind of got their ass beat yesterday, so a little bit of a turnaround scenario there. Kind of made a comeback. It doesn't look as bad as it really was, I guess, but to me, they got beat down hard pretty early. So it would be Rays or nothing for me, but the Mariners, pretty good home team, pretty good getaway day team. So that's where we're at with that. Blue Jays and the Dodgers. 2 more games left on this slate. It's going to be Eric Lauer going up against Tyler Glasnow. Obviously, the Dodgers put an absolute beatdown on the Blue Jays, but this is still a team that hits right-handed pitching very well. Number 1 team over the last 2 weeks, over the past week, especially over the past week. Got a 224 WRC+ and a 410 average. You get Tyler Glasnow on the bump. Now, he's been great. Don't get me wrong. Splits have been really good, but we've seen him have some control issues. Still got a 1.09 whip. Eric Lauer has a sub 1 whip. He's been fantastic. So to me, just too much value here to take the Blue Jays. Give me the Blue Jays plus 1.5. If we look at the Dodgers, they're going to be hitting the road, I guess. They're going to be going down the street to play the Angels. Toronto's going to be off, so they can empty out the pens here. I really like Toronto in this one. I have it slated 5-4 Blue Jays in terms of money line, so I actually have them winning straight up. But we're just going to do the plus 1.5 here. And then finally, kicking us off with Sunday Night Baseball is going to be the Cubs and the Cardinals. Now, this is very similar to my handicap from the first game when Matthew Boyd was on the bump. It is a Cardinals team that is hitting left-handed pitching extremely well. No one in baseball is hitting lefties better than the Cardinals right now. 406 over the past 2 weeks, 412 over the past week. So they are absolutely destroying lefties. Imanaga, he's okay, right? I mean, I think he does everything kind of mid. He's not a superstar in my book, but he's 8-4 on the season, 215 opponent average. Sonny Gray 10-5 with a 257 opponent average. It's also Sunday Night Baseball. We did see God, why can't I think of his name? Brennan get scratched for the Cardinals yesterday, so I don't know if he'll be playing today. We'll have to see. In terms of the weather, it's going to be a really good day. It's going to be 90 degrees, so it's going to be pretty hot. Wind's going to be kind of blowing in and out at the same time. This is also a park that does a good job of suppressing runs. My concern with Imanaga is always the home runs. Averages 1.61 home runs per 9 innings, but still rocking a 1.0 whip. Sonny Gray, I just don't know if I can get behind him, especially the last 30 days. 324 average against lefties, 314 against righties. Does a decent job with his hard hit percentage, but not great with runners in scoring position, almost a 300 average, and he's got a 3.52 ERA in this park. Issue for me is this Cubs bullpen. Do I really trust this Cubs bullpen? We look and kind of see, where they're at from a bullpen perspective. We won't see Nate Pearson. He threw 40 on Friday, so he's probably still going to be unavailable. Taylor Rogers went 26 yesterday, could technically throw today. You have Ryan Brazier. You still have Drew Pomeranz, who I like. Caleb Thielbar, Kittredge, don't really trust him. But technically, bullpen's in good shape, so nothing to worry about there. Cardinals, they used Grasco 49 yesterday, Fernandez 39 yesterday, Munoz 34 yesterday. So pretty significant bullpen advantage for the Cubs. So that's where I lean Cubs in this spot. Sunday Night Baseball, they need to get this win, and they're off tomorrow. So what bullpen they have, they can utilize. And we've got St. Louis, who is going to stay home and play the Rockies, but I don't think they're too worried about that series. It's just a team at home. Cardinals are 33-25, so they do have a decent record, but 4-6 in their last 10. You've got a 5-5 Cubs team with, the 4 games above 500 on the road. Bright lights bring out the best in people, so give me the Cubbies on the money line here. All right, let's get into our best bets, get you guys on your way. Appreciate you guys tuning in to the channel. So our first best bet, like I said, we're going to take the Royals on the money line, but we're going to take both teams to score 2. Let's utilize this good weather on a warm day and get this number up to plus 130. Reds on the money line. I just like this matchup for Littell and Burrows. I think we see the Reds wake up, kind of snap out of this. They know the Phillies are coming into town tomorrow. I think they'll be eager to just absolutely smack the Pirates today. Blue Jays plus 1.5. I just think we're getting value here. I don't even mind them on the money line. I think Lauer should pitch pretty well against this Dodgers lineup. Yes, they scored 9 yesterday, but we know that this team is capable of going on some pretty crazy cold streaks. And I think the Blue Jays are due to score some runs. Sean Manaea over 15.5 outs. Like I said, I think even though they have the off day tomorrow, we've seen his pitch count go up. I like his mix here today. I think he's going to have some fairly quick innings. If we look at the Brewers team, last 4 or 5 games, they've kind of just had like one big inning, and that's really what's propelled them. And then the rest, they've been pretty quick innings. And then Marlins team total over 3.5. I would like to take a money line of plus money. I just don't trust Cal Quantrill. So we're just going to take team total over. So that is where I'm at. Appreciate you guys tuning in to the channel, and we'll catch you in tomorrow's video where we have, I think, a 11 or 12 game MLB slate. So a decent amount of games to talk about tomorrow. Have a great day. Good luck with your bets, and we'll catch you tomorrow.